How do you handle disrespect? This is a very important question because if there's anything a man might throw his entire life away for, it's disrespect. You often hear people say women are emotional and men are logical. But when it comes to being disrespected, men throw all logic out the window. You see this all the time in traffic. Something small happens, and men start fighting each other like there's no tomorrow. Here's the dark reality worldwide. There are many in prison cells rotting away, never to taste freedom again, all because they dealt with disrespect the wrong way in a single moment. It's easy to judge these men, but sooner or later, you will also be tested. Someone will say something to you or your loved ones that will make your blood boil, and you might do something stupid. Just remain calm and do not retaliate. When someone disregards or insults you, it's tempting to let anger take over and seek revenge, but this is dangerous. Lashing out aggressively, even if the urge feels justified, usually makes things worse in the long term. Instead, you must remain calm. Take a deep breath and detach your emotions from the situation. When you do this, you'll start to see things from a zoomed-out perspective, as if you're watching pieces on a chessboard. This brings clarity and makes you realize that 9 out of 10 times, the situation is not even worth a response. After all, it isn't the disrespectful act itself that causes harm. Reflect on yourself. Most people like to point fingers at others. According to them, it's always someone else's fault, and they've never done anything wrong. It's important to always self-reflect and remain brutally honest with yourself to see if you've done something to trigger disrespect. Ask yourself questions like, is there any truth in what the person said or did? Or did I say or do anything that provoked this situation? You may come to the conclusion that you've made a mistake yourself and that a simple apology could de-escalate the situation. Always self-reflect. It helps you gain a better understanding of the event and your own role in it. Consider the source. When someone is insulting or demeaning, pause to reflect before reacting. Is their behavior a reflection of their own pain, insecurity, or ignorance rather than an accurate judgment of you? Do not take brief interactions personally. As Seneca stated, he who takes offense when no offense is intended is a fool. Yet he who takes offense when offense is intended is also a fool. For the wise man ignores insults. What people attack in you often mirrors what they attack in themselves. So let it roll off your back and have some compassion, because some people hate themselves. Acceptance. No matter who you are, you will face disrespect in your life. From when you're a kid to when you become an old man. No matter how kind or strong you are, we all come face to face with disrespect in life. And there's no escaping it. Why? Because the reality is that disrespect is a part of life. We must accept that reality and focus on what we can control. At the end of the day, how we respond to it is where our power lies. Understand that while you can't control how others treat you, you have the ability to decide how you react to disrespect. It liberates you from the unnecessary burden of anger and resentment. By adopting the Stoic principle of acceptance, you're not passively tolerating disrespect, but actively choosing to remain unfazed by it. You're focusing on what truly matters and channeling your energy into areas where you can make a difference. Life's challenges, including disrespect, are not unconquerable obstacles. They are opportunities for personal growth and self-mastery. Use humor. Using humor as a response to disrespect is a subtle yet powerful art. It's a very underrated way to diffuse tense situations. Imagine you're met with disrespect, and instead of fighting fire with fire by becoming angry or defensive, you're lighthearted and respond with a funny and witty joke. This touch of humor shifts the energy of the interaction, and you'll often see the person that disrespected you will start to feel awkward because your lightheartedness makes it clear you have no bad intentions. This approach shows that people often exhibit disrespect out of their own insecurities or frustrations, and a humorous response can catch them off guard, leading to a change in the dynamics of the conversation. By employing humor, you're displaying emotional intelligence and self-control. You're choosing to rise above the negativity and create a more positive atmosphere even in the face of disrespect. This practice isn't about belittling or dismissing the disrespect. Rather, it's a way of diffusing tension and promoting more respectful and productive interactions. It showcases your ability to maintain your composure and respond creatively. Choose forgiveness. When most people get disrespected, they explode in anger. But the superior option would actually be to forgive. Stoics believe that forgiveness is not a favor for others, but a gift you give to yourself. Think about it. Holding on to resentment is like being chained. And although you may think your resentment is justified, The reality is that your resentment only limits you and not anyone else. We should forgive others, but not recklessly. Forgive with wisdom, compassion, and justice. Listen, forgiveness is not a sign of weakness but of strength. It's not surrender but victory. It's not a sacrifice but a reward. Forgiveness is the ultimate act of self-care and personal growth. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.